When it comes to keeping track of household needs, planning schedules, or remembering important dates, do you feel like this responsibility naturally fell onto you?
I've never been that good at being organised, so I always felt like I was on the back foot a little bit with the school stuff. Like if you had certain clubs and things like that, I felt like that was probably my job, and if I wasn't doing it, or if I got it wrong, I think that it was my fault.
How do you feel about managing the mental load?
I think in some ways that's the bit that I find the hardest, is nobody shares that
Part of it.
worry. Yeah, that worry of I've got
Constant ticking is what someone said.
Yeah, it's like you're always thinking about what's for dinner. People are always, people would naturally, all the children and husband or whatever, always going to ask what's for dinner, as if that's your responsibility.
Say I like cooking and I want to cook and I enjoy cooking when I'm relaxed and not tired. I actually enjoy it. Any
one of you, from Scott to any of the kids, was to say, oh, there's nothing to eat, I would take that personally, because I'd be like, there's loads of stuff in, I did this, and I'd feel like I have to almost defend myself for not having done my job properly. I'd just like somebody just to take it off me sometimes. So if Scott was to say, I'm cooking tonight, and then not involve me at all.
I did baking for the first time recently.
Yeah.
On my own, without help from Caitlin.
Wow.
I know, amazing.
Is it frustrating to ask for help?
Yeah, I've always been really bad at asking for help, I think. And what I found, things that I used to do all the time, and I've tried to change recently, is I'll say, can you do this for me?
Yeah.
When actually it's not for me, it's for everyone. It's not. But if I ask somebody to do something, I'll say, oh, can you do this for me? And then I usually change it to, actually, can you just do this?
Yeah.
Do I think the men in my life
understand the full scope of the work that you put into the household? Like,
no.
It's almost like the mental load. Like, do they?
No. I don't think they understand how much of my time it occupies in my head and how it bothers me and worries me. I definitely feel like the best way to help kids is to show them.
Yeah.
So I think that actually you've had quite good role models, me and Dad.
Have you ever experienced weaponised incompetence?
100%.
Examples that you've personally experienced?
Yeah, just pretending you don't know how to do something.
Actually, is it such a bad thing if the toilet seat's up? Surely the person who's going to loo just puts it down. So why is it so annoying? Is it because you can occasionally forget and just sit on the thing without looking or something? If you've not been trained, because it's not been a...
But do you have to be trained to be thoughtful all the time?
Maybe this is stereotypical thing that we also portray what women are good at and men are. Women can multitask, men can't. There's the thing that goes around. If I'm doing my thoughts, I can't be doing all that thing. If I'm doing that thinking, and that's the place I'm at.
Obviously, anyone, I believe, any gender can do any job if they put their mind to it. The only barrier would be if they feel like it's either not their job or they kind of pretend that they can't do it properly.
And what's your opinion on the nagging kind of comments that some people might say about their wives?
I think that's bullshit. I think that unfortunately this word nagging is something that you have to do if you want,
something done.
Some behaviour change.
Yeah.
It's not nagging, it's reminding.
Yeah.
The nagging would only happen if the request hasn't been met.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yet again.
Yeah. And how does it feel when you see something that you've had many conversations about kind of be
absolutely livid? It feels like a personal attack. Yeah, it does. The worst thing is to not be considered.
Yeah.
And if you don't care, then does that mean that you don't care about me and how I feel?
Yeah.